have just walked in the shop about 10 minutes ago. The smoke's already coming out of my ears with ideas on how to do this floor. I'm gonna give you my first idea. Hopefully it's my last idea, because it's a pretty good idea. This piece here, I'm thinking of taking it, putting it, now I might have to do some welding, but putting it on the other side of the seat. See, it don't reach the floor. I'm gonna have to go make something from there to the floor. But anyhow, mount this just like that. I need a brace of some sort to go across this thing from one side to the other to support the floor. It can't just be 10 all the way across, and I cut all the structure out, making room for the transmission. So I'm going to put something back in it, and here's my idea for that. I got this pipe here, a 3x1 maybe. Anyhow, I'm going to slide it in right here, in all the way to this edge here. And I'm going to weld it or screw it to the top. It's getting real close to my transmission right there, so I may have to cut a notch out of it a little bit just to clear this little knob here. The support is down right underneath that metal, right to the passenger side, about 2 inches. So I'm gonna have to tie into it. That'll give me a good wide, 3x1 going across, connecting to the other structure and going on across. But anyhow, that's my plan. I'm sticking to it so far. I just got to do some cutting and tacking and make sure I don't run into any obstacles that shut my plan down. So let's get to it. And I got to cut a curve in this to match the curve in that. I got my curve marked where I need to cut it, and I got my transmission notch marked out where I need to cut it so my transmission will clear good. What do you think? And there you have it. I have recessed it back to clear the transmission. I even filled it in nice and neat with a piece of steel. And on the end where I cut the curve, I even filled it in with a piece of steel. Perfect. Just like factory would have done it, I think. Maybe I did a little better in factory. Anyhow, let's stick it in and see how my plan's gonna work. I put a line on it so I know right where to stop it, so I won't be guessing every time. Bam! I got good clearance on my transmission now. I'm gonna take a piece of this 1x3 and run it right off of this end, straight over to this rear structure, straight across, right underneath my plate. That way this seat will be sitting on something real solid. I'm gonna go from here down underneath there and mount it to the cross brace that's running across this way right here. Are you confused yet? It's all gonna work out good. I'm gonna call this day a wrap. It's late. I got to get home. But I got this piece of pipe here put in, notched out. I got it ready to weld. I got screws in it, but I went ahead and drilled my holes and got it ready to weld. I tacked this bar across here, and then I screwed this down to it to hold it all. I got me a nice straight line across there. All I gotta do is figure out what I'm gonna do from here to here. I don't know if I'm gonna put a little hump in it Or just, I could go straight across. I'll be just inches off of that little breather hole, whatever that is. I'm gonna go home and sleep on it tonight. Come back with a fresh mind. Figure out that hump tomorrow. All right, it's a new day. I've been sitting there tinkering around. I kind of got it figured out. I wanted to get a game plan before I started recording so I didn't just waste a lot of time. But look at here. I have bent this little piece here just for kind of a test, but it's gonna go just like that, but it's gonna travel. Let me see if I can film and do this. It's gonna travel all the way up, all the way, keep going, keep going, keep going. Then it's gonna dead end, I believe, right into that. And I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put lip it up and put me a bolt it in right here. Well, this piece, I'll still be able to take it off because I've got a few things back there I might have to get to, or the transmission bolts are right there. But this bottom piece is here. Let me back up. These bottom pieces bolt in, but I'm gonna weld that to these and maybe weld this up because them don't really need to come out on either side. There's nothing I really need to get to. Right there will give me access to everything I need. But what I gotta do, I got a piece of metal, and it's kind of a thick piece of metal, but it'll be strong. I'm gonna cut that out of this metal. So I may have to cut me a little crease in it and then bend it and then weld that crease back up. Kind of a pain in the ass, I know, but you gotta do what you gotta do when you work with limited tools. But let's get to cutting. Bam! Nah, it ain't gonna bend it. I gotta clamp it down on this table here and see if I can put the bend in it. It needs to go just a little bit more. That's what you call Ian Roussel in it right there. I don't know, I don't even know if Ian Roussel would do that, but I think I got it pretty close. Well, I'm sure it's gonna need some tweaking. I tell you what, it's a lot wider. Somehow it got a lot wider than my other one. That's okay. It's okay, it'll just make it taller. All right, a good hour has passed and I've done more thinking than cutting, but I did do some trimming and I think I got it fitting pretty good up here in the front. Here we go. I got a pencil mark on this center of this hole. That keeps me, letting me know that I'm right in the center. But I'm fitting good here and I'm fitting pretty good here. I'm fitting good across here and across here. Figure out how I can jump across that hole. I don't know if I can bend it at the same bend. You know what I'm saying? Just come straight across like that right there. It takes a lot of thinking before you do a lot of work and mess up a lot of material and then realize it ain't gonna work. So let me mark this. Then I'll put me a mark. That's where my bend is. Well, you can kind of see it on this side. I made me a little cardboard cutout of that front corner and marked it on the front edge of this. So I cut that line. I should be pretty close in that front edge. I hope. I got my bend. I got my front cut. The back should be straight. Let's go see if she fits. Try to keep my head out of the way. Sometimes I get back and look at my videos. Ain't nothing but my head. Trim a little more. Oh yeah, just like that right there. Ooh, don't touch it. Looking pretty good. Bump out, go right down to the edge, right up around the top. Right side is pretty much done. All I have is the left side. All right, left side, I got my piece of cardboard cut. It's gonna be a straight cut, straight down, straight to the floor. Oh yeah, huh? Nothing wrong with that. Put a little tape. Well, I still gotta take this to the floor and lip it. I'm thinking about cutting it through here somewhere, taking the lip, putting it on the floor, and then putting me a piece of metal on the back side and fill it in. I don't know. It's late, it's tired. I'll sleep on tonight and be back tomorrow. I'm back, it's a new day, a little chilly out there, but I have come up with a pretty good plan as far as this center console. I need to get this connected to here and do something right here. Well, I say I missed. Pull that tape off. And I can see my line to cut. Two pieces. Cut the bottom off and I screwed it to this piece here with the curve, put an end on it. That is going to sit on the floor right there. This is going to go like that, and that is going to go like that to the floor. I got to mark me a line. See my thumb? I got to mark me a line across here, put a couple of screws to hold this in place. All this metal's got to be cleaned up. We're getting close. Got it sitting in there, it's tacked, sitting on the floor. Back again with some issues. Somehow I've got to connect this to that all the way up and then roll it out to meet the edge of this so I can weld across here if I weld it. And then I got a little gap right here that's got to be addressed. I put a line right there. That's where my metal's landed. I'm gonna trim this back a little bit and see if I can't work this metal up where it don't curve in right there. I'm gonna cut that right there. That's basically it right there in a nutshell. Just gonna butt up against that side, come around and butt up against this side. That's basically how it's gonna be. Nice tight seal, run it all the way across. Let's take a look again. I've got this side, tack, fitting tight all the way around the corner. fitting tight all the way to the back. I still got to do something in the back, but up here I have ran the lip behind it, bent it up so I could put a bolt right there to keep this part detachable. Over here I have tack. I've got this part built. I've got it marrying in good and tight all the way to this part I got built. And it goes all the way to the floor, all the way to the back. And this just runs all the way back along it. Good Lord, it's dark outside. I've been here like 5 hours and I just got a lot of stuff where it needs to be, but just tack. There's hours, probably upon hours of still welding to get all this welded up, cleaned up, looking tight, looking right.